Sorry, I'm having issues with the other person joining. Had no issue yesterday. I practiced yesterday and it was fine. I look terrified on screen. I don't know why I'm having such issues. I'll be back. Hey, Jace Mix. Um, I'm having issues with my other person getting on here. We practiced yesterday and I actually talked for an hour and I had no issues whatsoever. And I can't get him to show up. Um, uh, why are comments turned off? Now I have 5 people on here and I can't get the person I wanted on here. I had no issues yesterday. Mm. All right. Holy Jesus, there's 12 people on here now. I would feel horrible if I hang up. Oh, wait. I finally got it, I think. Finally.
Finally.
I have no idea what was causing that. Look, everyone, it's Santa Claus. Hope you've been good this year.
I'm trying to fix this.
Yeah, I have no idea why that wasn't working.
Are we live?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
there are 22 people on at the moment. I was not actually even expecting that. But hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's funny because, well, I was talking to you about Sansweet and stuff, and I got a thing in the mail today about his museum that he's doing.
Oh yeah, I would love to visit it.
Yeah, I visited his house. Yeah, I guess I don't know if you can see comments also.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Yeah, on the naughty list. I'm sure I'm on there too. Um, yeah, unfortunately, my wife had to go and drive like 3 hours to go get a grandkid of the family, and then drive all the way back, and then she just got back like as soon as I was trying to sign on. But yeah, I went to his house once. If you all don't know who I'm talking about, um, Steve Sansweet has like an insane Star Wars collection, and he used to work for Lucasfilms. Sadly, he doesn't anymore because that was my connection to get into some things. But I went to his house once. My wife and I actually were going for our would have been our 25th anniversary at the time, and we went there, and he offered to let us stay there. So we stayed there for a night, and when you go, it's like it looks like a dumpy garage. And then you walk in and you're like, holy hell, I've never seen like so many. I don't
The,
know why
the,
certain comments aren't being allowed. I don't know why.
it's the world's largest collection of Star Wars. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, well, when you first walk in, there's several different rooms. You go in and there's a bunch of stuff you see, and then you walk into this next room, and it looks like the Tantive Four, which, if anyone's familiar with Star Wars, watching this, it's the white hallway that you see on the beginning of Star Wars, and he has this whole not a gimmick, but a thing he does where he talks to a stormtrooper on the screen, and he's like, they're saying, "You're not allowed in here." And he's like pretending he's using the force, and he's like, "Yes, I am allowed in here." And then the doors open and you walk in, and there's like aisles of like Star Wars stuff everywhere. And probably what this is starting to look like. I have so much stuff in this room and downstairs. My wife always apologizes to her parents and tells them not to walk in here. I'm like, it's not that bad. I have some organization to my chaos. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button for those. I haven't been live in so long. Apparently, I've bored a lot of people already. I went down on how many people
Mhm.
are on here, but I haven't been on in, like I said, I think 2 years, which is crazy. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but unless I deleted other ones, I went in last night and removed some of the ones that I just thought were dumb and I didn't like. Since I've lost so much hair on my head, I don't like looking back at my yeah. I don't like looking back at my
And
balding
I
head.
and I just got a
So
haircut last night, so right after our little chat.
actually,
So
so did I think because I had wavy, like my hair was growing way too long, and my wife's cut my hair since, geez, before COVID, I think. Because now that I've lost so much, all I need is the stuff that sticks out mostly. So I just have that cut, and I should have known that I was doomed by looking at my uncle because his hair he has no hair there, and I used to have like crazy thick hair, so it really bothers me. So I try to avoid, even though I see myself on camera all every day when I do edits, I at least have a hat on. And then I panic, like I'll go out somewhere occasionally and forget because I get rushed out of the house and I'm like, oh, I don't have my hat on. And people might be blinded by the baldness, but it's not that bad. Yeah, I do
so
have some. I
I
have some
think
that I can comb over.
yeah, I think we first met in 2010 during Star Wars Celebration, but I heard you on a podcast
We
and
had met before that.
we did.
Because yes, because we were both into Vinylmations, and we met online
Oh, okay.
through a Vinylmation group, and we had talked a while, and then I met you at Hollywood Studios. It was at the time, well, it was MGM at the time, but
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios. I met you there at one
Okay.
point,
Yeah.
and I mean, my memory might not be exact, but I know it's been a long time, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was before there. Yeah, I hate doing interviews. I always get nervous because a lot of times people like to change what you say,
Mm.
and just to make it a better story, I guess. I don't think I'm that boring, but
Yeah, well,
like locally, um, I did this interview. It was around the time I had my heart attack, and the lady was doing. Uh, she was a young person. I think she just started in the newspaper. We only have like a tiny newspaper place down the street, and I can't remember how she found me, um, but she came over and did all these questions, but she made it out to sound like I was doing all my artwork and everything and trying to do all these pieces before I died, and so that my family would have something to sell or whatever when
oh
I'm
my
gone.
goodness.
And I'm like, I didn't quite say that. I just had mentioned um, that I was trying to focus and do things that if I wasn't here, are going to be going away. Because originally, when I had my heart attack, they told me I only had 18 months to live unless I had the surgery.
Right.
That happened in 2011. So it would have been shortly after, around the time I literally could have had a heart attack and died at that place. And it's funny because I remember. being parked pretty far away from where you have to come in and go to your table, and I'm lugging all this stuff, and I was out of breath, and I'm like, Jesus. And but yeah, originally I had started going to see a doctor because I was losing the ability to walk in 2010, and then we went out to eat somewhere, and I ended up having a heart attack. And then we went to, I'm not allowed to go there anymore. We've never been to the same restaurant since then. It was Outback Steakhouse, and it's called Alice's Spring Chicken, and it's basically like a chicken breast with cheese on top and then bacon on top of that, and ate that. And then after I was done, I'm just like, oh man, I'm
Yeah.
really not feeling well. And I'm like, I think I need to go to the hospital maybe. And she's like, I'm like, no, I think I'm good now. And then so we go into another store, and I start falling over as I'm walking, almost crashing into people. And I'm like, I think I need to go to the hospital. So April drove and rushed to get to the hospital that's in town. And they rushed me in, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do EKG," and everyone leaves the room, and then I'm like waiting and waiting, and no one comes, and eventually someone comes back in, and they're like, "We're gonna send you home. You're good," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm not good." I said, "I'm not leaving this hospital until I get an EKG." So the lady goes and brings the EKG machine in, and then they leave, and then all of a sudden that nurse again runs into the room, and she's like, "You're having a heart attack," and I'm like, "No shit." And I'm like, I'm aware of that. So it's funny or sad at the time that hospital ended up getting in the news for being really bad.
Oh,
And I still it's kind of run by new people now, but I still don't like going to it. The only thing I'll go for is my blood work, which I have to
yeah.
do once a month, which I'm late for again. But anything else heart related or surgeries, I have in Harrisburg because I don't trust them here.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm in
but
Florida and he's in Pennsylvania?
Yep, yeah,
Uh,
I'm in Pennsylvania, and yeah, hopefully, eventually, you'll see more of us together at some point. I
yeah,
in together actually, not just to like, hey, how you doing? Like,
yeah.
what is it? It's thousand. Actually, is it 850 to 1,000 miles away? Something like that. I know it takes like 14 hours if you're lucky to get there, and if it's a bad time, 17 we've had to do in the past.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we used to be so crazy and obsessed with Disney when we were younger that when I was younger, we would one time we're just sitting around and we're like, it's a 4-day holiday weekend. How about
Mhm.
we drive down and just it'll take us all Friday. We'll just go Saturday and then drive back Sunday. And that's what we did. We
Nice.
drove drove down, and then one year we even got annual passes because we decided to go so many times. But now although as much as I love Disney, I wish I had spent those younger years traveling other places,
Yeah.
because um, now that we're older, it's getting a lot harder. And when we went to Europe, um, that was rough. I mean, it was gorgeous. I had so much fun, but the food is. I was expecting awesome food, and I go there. I guess, people always say, you're used to the crap you're eating in America. But when I went there and tried stuff, and I'm like, this is like the pastries. I'm like, this is crap. And I guess because it doesn't have as much sugar in it.
Yeah.
But I love margarita pizzas. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep trying one of these until I find one. I ate a total of 10 pizzas while we were away at
Wow.
different locations. I tried some in Italy, and then I tried some in France, and then in Switzerland, oddly enough, Switzerland had the best one.
Wow.
Um, there was one other place that made a horrible one. It was like this thick, and I'm like, that's not how you make margarita pizzas. But they're almost all horrible. And
Wow.
when we were in Switzerland, I posted on my Instagram, but we asked for hamburgers, and we're like, how can people screw up hamburgers? Well, when we get it I don't know what was in it, but it did not look like hamburger, and it was just complete raw. It didn't even look like they cooked it.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, this is great. So the fries, because they use different potatoes there, they're like neon yellow.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, the whole I mean, Switzerland was gorgeous. I had so much fun there. Honestly, sorry anyone in France or whatever, but I could do without France. I don't need to go back there. The one time was enough. I got hounded all the time by people trying to sell you shit or whatever, even drugs when I was there and stuff. And I really wasn't that impressed. I mean, I love the sculptures and all that kind of stuff because I'm artsy and whatever. But unfortunately, the Louvre was closed when we were there, so I didn't get to go into that. But it's we did do the tour of the chapel there and where the Pope is and stuff. But it's there's just way too many people. I so much more enjoyed being way out of anything, like not the touristy crap. That's where you have the most fun. Because like we went up way up on gondolas quite a ways up, and we didn't want to really. We were like, hell, let's just go ahead and walk down, and we're as we're watching the people go by in the thing, and it was a hell of a walk. It took us forever, and it's all kind of down, so your feet are pushed into the front of your toes, and it was the views were gorgeous, but I thought I was gonna die, and I'm like, well,
Wow.
this is a hell of a place. So I mean, at least it's beautiful if I do. But
Well, let
yeah,
me
I
let me
wish.
answer this question from Jay's Mix.
Where where's Rudolph tonight?
Rudolph is taking a vacation. Yeah, he's out playing with the other reindeer at the moment.
Yeah, maybe he's in Switzerland. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. I saw reindeer while I was there. It was really nice. Um, but yeah, I've actually I need to shave now, but I can never get past the itchy part. It just irritates me, and plus April doesn't like it. But
Yeah, once you
I
get past the itchy part, there are stuff you can like beard oils that'll help.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, my wife didn't want me to have a beard for the longest time, and I would let it go for a week, and I noticed it would grow all white, and I'm like, well, let me
Uh,
get past the itchy. Now she doesn't want me to cut it,
oh, well, that's good,
so
I guess.
I got
Mine
it forever.
mine would be black and white, like salt and pepper. Because just by looking, I could tell it wouldn't be all gray. Although my hair is, it's almost completely gray now.
Mm.
Which just drove me nuts. But I'm pretty sure I had like a little bit of gray hair since I was younger, and it just from I think all the stress of the surgeries, the heart attack, and everything else. Um, but and the reason I am still here is because, and it was so weird at the time. There was another lady who was going to have surgery also, but she was like 80 something. So when you go and they talk to you about it, you're offered two different options. You can either get a pig's heart valve, and then the only problem was that you have to have that replaced every 10 years. So they usually only offer that to people who are old, so that they're not going to be around anyways. But
Right.
they, I tried, but you can't tell. My
The
son has
beard,
one. Oh, the
he
beer. I'm like, what? I was
and
going to say, I hope he doesn't have a
this
mechanical heart valve. That's horrible. But
your
I
son
was
has
actually,
a pig's heart valve.
well, I don't have that.
No, the
My
person who
other
was asking
option
that.
The other option is the mechanical one,
Yeah.
and that's the one I chose. The only thing with the mechanical, you have to go and have blood work done every month, and you have to be on blood thinners, which I'm on. So I'm on warfarin that I take every day, um, and then I'm supposed to go every month to get my blood work done. But Kevin's bad.
Mm.
Yeah, do you get a lot of requests for
No,
second part?
I'm new at the Santa thing. I've only had the beard maybe a couple of years,
Okay.
so I haven't been asked. I know there's like a club or something out there I can join and
Oh, that's
like
cool.
get asked or whatever. But the only thing I will do is like if you're really good friends that have a kid and they want to do like, if they don't want to go to the mall or whatever, they could do a private
You can go ahead.
session. I haven't had that done yet. And a friend of mine that lives in a town in Florida called Winter Park.
Mhm, yeah, I know where that
I've,
is.
I've been. I've been a Santa there with my droid that I built, my IR2, ringing the bell for Salvation Army, and kids love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I always loved, growing up as a kid, I would watch the Rankin and Bass cartoons all the time, and I loved that stuff. And I never dreamed in my life that I would one day be doing official stuff for that because some guy who does like archives of Rankin and Bass did a few books, and I did like hand drawn animation cells and for it, which was fun. I still have one of those books or a couple of them. And but yeah, it's funny though, I used to be like huge into Christmas, but now I'm more of like a Halloween person.
Yeah.
So I have so many more things. Although I did start something, it's hell having ADHD, but I went and bought giant fiberglass, the big long 8 foot sheets of it. It's about this thick,
Oh
and
wow,
I carved out a Mickey gingerbread, and
nice.
I haven't finished it yet. I need to get the caulking and stuff and do the frosting and do all that. But I also created, and it's funny enough, I end up finding a real one somewhere. It was I love Mickey Mouse bars. I eat them. I used to eat them like crazy. I still have stacks of about 200 of the popsicle sticks
Yeah,
because I kept them to make fake small ones. But I love those so much that I created a it's probably about 3 feet long. And the funny thing is, I went downtown Disney, what I call downtown Disney. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's funny that they actually sell some of the R2s with the Christmas hats on them and stuff. Or they used to anyways. That
yeah,
I still call it downtown Disney all the time. I know
yeah.
it's
Disney
Disney's.
Springs, downtown Disney,
Yeah,
Disney West Side.
yeah, we've been there since the beginning. I mean, I went my first time to Disney World would have been in when I was 5. I remember my mom driving down. The main thing I remember is getting in trouble because my crayons had melted into the carpet on the car because
Oh my goodness,
we had
yeah,
the old Ford Pinto my mom had, and it had the seat thing, and it would go down. You know, back when we didn't put seat belts on kids, and I would just
mhm,
crawl around the back and then color, and then I remember them melting into the carpet on the thing. But I remember going then, and then I went a few other times when I was younger. I have photos of it from my aunt because my aunt lives in Florida. She's in Orange Park, so it's a
oh,
bit up north. And she's still there. And I tried few times. I stopped by, and my mom even lived down there for a little bit. My mom has moved my entire life. We moved so much. Like if I were to tell people, like, what school did you go to when you lived in Rhode Island? I'm like, where do I start? And I was trying to remember everything. I started taking screenshots, and it's funny how smaller things are as an adult than they are as kids, because I look back and if I found on Google Earth the old house we lived in, and it's a tiny house. I don't remember it being as small as it is, but it definitely a lot has changed. But I, I it's funny because I was in Rhode Island for 18 years, and the ocean was right down the street from me. Almost never went. The only thing I really enjoyed was I'd walk down the end of the street, and there'd be an overspray of the ocean, and it would freeze in a little pond. So I would ice skate. I had my mom buy me hockey ice skates, and I would ice skate on the pond, and I taught myself how to do that. And then I would just watch the ocean as we went.
mm.
Um, but I'm afraid to go any like Jordan went ice skating a few times, and as much as I want to try, I'm afraid to because if I fall once out, that's going to be it for me because of my spine. But I do miss that. That was a lot of fun. But I did enjoy when we went. We go to Clearwater Beach when we
Oh
go down
yeah,
to visit. Yeah, that's really nice. And I've gone on the Tampa side a few times, but I really like Clearwater. But yeah, we're hoping at some point to uh, either convince Jordan or wait for Jordan to graduate. I'm at the point of yes, Jordan, if you're watching, I'm going to strangle you. But no one heard that. Uh, but I do want
probably
to.
not good to say on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking. Um, no, but yeah, I do want to get down. The funny thing is, way before I even met you. Um, we liked Disney so much that we sold our house, and we were getting ready to move to Florida. And one of my friends is like, "Hey, um, I have a friend," because I did web design at the time, and it's like, "I have a friend who wants to start his business up again and needs a web designer." And I said, "Well, I'm moving to Florida." And he's like, "Well, I think he'll probably pay you what you want." So I met with the guy, and I'm like, "Well, I'll help you out." Just excuse me, I get the hiccups. I'll help you out, but I need a certain amount of money. And he's like, I said, "Can I help you outside of Pennsylvania?" And he's like, "No, I got to have you here." And it was actually for an archery company. And the funny thing is, I'm totally against hunting. I don't like it. When I came to this state, found out that they take off for a day because so many kids are taken out of school. They take a day off to go kill deer. So
Yeah.
I'm very against that. I love animals, all animals. And I literally look out my window the last few days and there's deer walking in my backyard, trying to find food and such. And we even have mice that I catch humanely in these little blue hotel things. Last year, I got 21 mice that I caught in the chicken barn area.
Oh, wow.
And then so we just take them and relocate them elsewhere because I can't kill things if I don't need to, if unless it's something I absolutely had to do, which unfortunately I had to put one of our chickens out of its misery because uh a possum attacked it and
Oh, no.
it was bleeding to death, and I'm just like can't have that. So but yeah, the new rule in the house is anything that dies, we are not replacing it, because we want to move, and I can't obviously take any chickens with me.
Right.
We have nine chickens. I think I can't even remember. Yeah, nine chickens, two ducks, and then I have a rooster, which wasn't supposed to be a rooster. When I bought it, Jordan and I went to the pet store. We waited forever to get certain ones that we wanted. By the time we get up there, they had let other people buy a massive amount. So we didn't have anything to get. So we're like, well, we'll get this weird looking chicken. And it was called a naked neck. And oh no, Jay, we drove far enough where they're not coming back. We went up into the mountain and released them.
You
We
could
even
teach
did the
him how
same.
to talk like in Secret and Them.
There is even we caught by accident. I caught well, someone was trying to get into and then originally got into the chicken pen. So I set a trap up and I caught a raccoon and then I relocated it, and then we caught well, the first one I caught looked really old, and then I kind of felt bad, and I'm like, well, maybe this is a mom because she looked like she had had babies at one point. So I let her go, and then I go and catch another one, and then so I took and got rid of that one somewhere else, and I know that there's more, and I'm gonna have to catch them at some point, but yeah, we're just oh, with the rooster, they're like, yeah, these are all females, and I'm like, okay, and I said it's called a naked neck, and it literally has a really long neck, and it has no feathers whatsoever, and I kept growing and growing, and I'm like, the tail looks like it's starting to curve. I'm like, this is not good, and April's like, so you still think that's a hen? And I'm like, and then it started going cock a doodle doo, and I'm like, ah,
Nah,
balls.
uh,
So
the alarm
yeah,
clock.
yeah. So it's a rooster, and we tried to post it online to find it a new home, but all I got was weirdos. I'm not gonna let it go to someone who's gonna fight it or do other things with it. And I'm like, never mind. So I ended up putting in because he's very violent. He was very violent with the females, and I'm like, I'm not having that. So he's now in a separate pen
Okay.
from the females. They get the main one, and then he gets a different one. So all the hens and the two ducks go in one barn, and the main barn. Well, it used to be a garage. It's the main reason I bought this house because it's a huge garage. It's bigger than some people's houses, and I'm like, I want this. I want it for an art studio, and then I want half gallery. Well, when we first purchased the house, we couldn't see all of the garage. The guy, oddly enough, made sleighs, like Santa sleighs. So there was a bunch of them and garbage in there, and I couldn't see the floors. After we moved everything out, I walk out and see that a sinkhole had happened. And there was like this big of a gap between some of the cement. And it
Oh,
just,
wow.
and then I looked in for prices. Hi, Jordan. I I looked into prices and it was gonna cost like $10,000 to have the floor redone and stuff, and I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Forget that." I'm like, "I'm not doing that." So I gave up on that, and, so now it's just filled with tons of cardboard boxes from everything that we buy and everything, all the Amazon packages, and, anything that I ripped out because this house was built in '72, and it was stuck in the '70s, as I was talking to you about last night, and everything in the house was very outdated. So um,
You're not loud, Jordan. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you either, dude. Um, yeah, I don't hear you. I just was saying hi to you because I saw you on there. Um, so, anyways, I'm gonna lose train of what I was even talking about. Um, Oh, it's funny because before I'm glad I went and looked in the mirror because I was painting earlier. I have this Chef Mickey's painting that I wanted to finish for myself because I wanted to. I've been wanting to put it in my kitchen forever, and I worked on it, and I must have went like this, and then I go to into the bathroom for a minute and wash my hands, and I look, and there's a big red mark all the way across my face, and I'm like, well, I'm glad I noticed that. And then I looked down, and I had it all over my arms and all over my Brandy sweatshirt, so which my dentist ruined.
Oh, wow.
Which, by the way, I'll tell you this real quick. Well, yes, I started getting really bad pains in my front tooth when I would drink anything cold or eat anything cold, and then it got unbearably bad pain. And I'm like, I got to get this taken care of because usually I don't complain about much. So I went there and he's like, "You're going to need a root canal." I'm like, "Okay." And I thought he was going to send me to somewhere else because my last dentist didn't do them, but this guy does. And hopefully he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Um, he drilled it out and he's like, "The root's dying in there." And then he got rid of all the roots and he cleaned it out. And he's like, "It's draining too much. I'll have to close it up. You come back in a week." So I come back a week later. And then he's like, after he's sticking me forever, and I must have had 20 X-rays by now within the last 3 weeks, and I'm looking it up today. Like, am I going to die from this radiation?
Mm,
I guess it's supposed to be. It says it's 90% less radiation than you used to get back in the day. Because
right.
I've had a lot of X-rays over my life, but now it's literally a ray gun. They put a thing the new ones different type in your mouth, and they hold the thing right to your face, and so closes it up again. I got to be on more antibiotics. I go now. I went today. Today was supposed to be it. This is the third week. I'm laying there, and then he's just constantly putting these little slabs of plastic in my tooth, but I'm not sure if it's still draining, and it's why he keeps going to another one. And I guess it is. And then he throws it out before filling it in. And after all this, and then one time he pushed, it hurt really bad. And I'm just like trying to like, and then he's like, "Can you come back next Friday?" I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." So it's taken a month to do this root canal. I have to
Right.
go back next Friday again. It wasn't bad today because normally I get Jordan at 2, and they he had she had today off to for something, but then they have to make up. They were supposed to have next or Monday off, but because it snowed, oh, actually no, it didn't snow. It was too cold for the kiddies to walk to school.
Mm,
So it wasn't because of the snow. It was because it was too cold. I think it with the wind chill, it might have been a few degrees under, but I will say a lot of kids do walk because there's a lot of neighborhoods near this school. So a lot of them just walk there. Um,
yeah, I used to walk to school.
yeah, well, I didn't because in Rhode Island, even though it's a small state, everything is really far apart because of just I don't know the beach and everything else. So I had to go. My mom moved so much it was ridiculous. But I was like way at the low end of Rhode Island. So to go to school, it seemed like 40 minutes at least to get to school. And I could never just go to a friend's because I couldn't ride that far. And after living there for 18 years and moving and then taking my wife before it was my wife, I took her. I'm like, come, I want to take you to Rhode Island. And I take her there and I'm realizing there ain't shit to do in this state. No wonder I was depressed all the time as a young kid. There is nothing to do in Rhode
Yeah.
Island unless you're a beach person. There used to be an amusement park which was called Rocky Point, and I don't like roller coasters at all. So that was pretty much the only extent of a really cool one. Was they had a one regular roller coaster and then a flume type ride, a water one, and I just cannot do roller coasters and other stuff. It makes me so sick. April and Jordan love to do those things, so I like we have Hershey Park, which is like 30 minutes, maybe actually 40 minutes from here. So they go. I'll sometimes just go with them, but I can't do roller coasters, and that's like 90% of Hershey Park and Universal Studios. When we go there, well, last time we went, we went by ourselves, and so I went and we did all the stuff at different parks, and then we did the after hours at
Mm.
Universal, and I was
There's
looking
a
forward to that.
Universal in Pennsylvania?
No, no, no.
Oh.
Universal there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry. Yeah, we went on a cruise first,
Um,
and then we're figuring we're doing this all. So we did a cruise first, and then we went to Disney World.
mm.
We did basically it's the Informer,
Oh,
the Orlando Informer.
Transformers?
The Lando
Oh, the Orlando
Orlando
Informer,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they had the event there, so we're like, "Ooh, lots of food because we both love to eat." So I
Yeah.
go there and I start picking out lots of food and stuff, and April's like, "Hey, you wanna go on the Mummy?" And I'm like, "I haven't been on that in forever, I don't really remember it." And there was no one there, so we're like the first ones on, and I literally thought I was gonna die. It was going so fast and everything, and then I closed my eyes trying not to make myself sick, and as soon as I open my eyes, it's the part where the flames go over the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh my God, I'm in hell and I'm going to die." It was so horrible. And I got so sick. And so I couldn't eat anything else the rest of the night because whatever's wrong with my head, my vision is blurred already.
Yeah.
So
So it's
anything
probably
like,
the equilibrium.
yes, my head is always like off balance and everything, and I have a lot of issues. The crazy thing is when we went to we went to eat at Ohana's, and when you first walk in, they put the lei on you. And soon as I put my head down, I went blind in my right eye completely.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I'm like, holy crap. And then so I'm walking a little bit and I kept blinking my eye. And we had to go upstairs to go to our reservation. And all I could see was like a pinhole through my right eye.
Oh, wow.
And it wouldn't stop. And then eventually it just like a shade went slowly upwards. And then it all came back and I could see. And I'm like, thank God. It was like 50, it took at least 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Um, but after I think on my own, I figured out what it is. I mean, I'm not sure about the blurred vision 100%, but all the vertebrae in my neck have collapsed. For those who don't already know, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder. So all the tissue in my neck has deteriorated, and now my bones just crunch together. And so they're pinching a nerve that goes in my neck. Oh, it's time to feed the reindeer. Um, um, I think the nerve in my neck is being pinched, and which is causing my eye issues because I did look it up, and I was supposed to be getting an MRI of my brain because, well, at first they thought I was having seizures, and I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't think these are seizures, because what happens is, and I actually have a video on YouTube, but no one else can see it. I uploaded it from my doctor, and I'm literally just standing like this and I can't talk, I can't move anything, and I'm just like frozen. and I look like I'm totally wasted on drugs, but I wasn't. And I'm just it was but luckily it goes away after a little bit. But since I've stopped doing sketch cards and constantly having my neck down all the time, they've stopped. And I still have the blurred vision, but I'm not having I haven't had an episode in a long time. They wanted to do an extended 2 day where they put the wires on your head and then put a thing on
Yeah,
you. And then I'm like, I'm not wasting because I tried to get it done before the end of the year because when you start at the beginning, you got to pay deductibles all over again.
yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'm not having these episodes anymore, and I'm pretty sure it's not seizures. I'm not wasting money on this, so I canceled that. And for now, I've canceled the MRI of my brain and stuff because it's so expensive, and for nothing. I went and when I flew to Europe because it was a fairly long flight and I got a bony ass. I have no meat on my butt. So for sitting too long, it just burned so bad on my left side. So when I came back and I talked to my pain doctor, they're like, well, how about you try an injection of steroids and whatever else? And I'm like, they didn't work last time for me in my spine, but I'm like, okay. And I go and get it done, and it's been worse. Like it's made it worse than it was before. And my wife's like, I told you you should know you can't do these things.
Mhm,
And I'm like, I know, but I wanted to try because I was just so tired of being in pain all the time. But it's killing
mhm.
me now. Right now, I'm sitting on Jordan's old used to have one of the the memory foam mattresses,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
just cut a big chunk out of it, so it's about this high, and I'm sitting on that. That's the only way I can get through the day sitting on my chair. It's so painful. And then when I went to Europe, I had a specific pillow I would sit on. Well, apparently it fell out of my thing at one point, and then I couldn't find it. And give
Sorry,
me
Jordan, he's gonna give it to me, actually.
what is she? What are you? What is she even asking me? Give me you.
The
You. Oh,
the
you.
the thing you're sitting on, he wants it back, or she.
Oh, she wants it back. Um, she has a new mattress. She chopped this one up nicely. But we won't go into Jordan at the moment. Jordan's an angel. um, but yeah, how's I'm sitting here doing all the talking. How's what's the last time you got a chance to go to Disney World? I know a lot of things
Um,
have changed.
I'm actually gonna be going to Epcot on the 26th of February. I'm gonna be going to, on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, everyone,
The
happy
last time
birthday.
we went to Magic no, we didn't go to Magic Kingdom. We went to God, when was the last time we went to, Disney? Animal Kingdom, but that was just to go pick up the magnets.
Ah, okay,
Um,
yeah.
but the actual to be there, it was during Christmas time when they had their puppet animals.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, I love those. April loves
Yeah,
those things. She wants
yeah,
one of those. Every time I would looked up the stuffed animals, but I'm like, everything is I mean, everything in general has gone crazy, but the prices on Disney, a lot of things I would love to have, I'm like, "Nah, I can't.
yeah,
I can't do those
yeah. We
prices."
we bought a painting. I think it's Bob Katz or something is his
Okay.
name, and it's the white animal, little puppet animals with Mickey, and those things are like magic. If you ever get a chance to go, do it because it's Disney magic at its best.
Yeah, all the we watch a lot of YouTubers at night. That's what my wife and I do to relax afterwards. We never watch me because who wants to watch that? I appreciate my 7 people who are watching, but I think when I get on a normal schedule, everyone on my who probably follows my channel is like, this guy is annoying. But I honestly, it's never that I don't want to do something. It's because of my health. There's so much that people don't see
Yeah,
that is and I don't like I've been meaning to do a video about it for so long, but I'm like, I don't want to feel like I don't want pity from anyone, but I want to
right.
explain because almost the thing that sucks for me is um no one around here knows what Ehlers-Danlos is. Even my regular family doctor had no clue. He had to look it all up. And there's no one around the area. The only place I could go was John Hopkins if I wanted to, try to get help. But even that, when I one time contacted them, the lady who answers and makes appointments and such, she says to me, what version do you have? And I said, I've been told I have classic. And then she's like, we're not accepting classic patients. I'm like, what? And I'm like, that's like saying someone cancer. What kind of cancer you got? I got it in my bones. Oh, sorry, we only take face ones. It's like, what is the deal? But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't do them as. Let me see if I can do it with this one. Some of the signs are being able to take your thumb and putting it
Woo!
to your wrist, and I can do that with this one too. But I'm not going to, because what happened to me? I used to have this thing where I could dislocate this and put it down
Yeah,
really
don't do
far,
that.
but I had a cyst grow on it, and it kept growing and growing and growing. And then I'm like, crap, I'm going to have that removed because it was difficult to bend my finger.
Mm.
And I had it removed. And then there's times I wish I didn't, because if I even try to do it now, it really hurts. Um, but yeah, that, and I can put my elbow out the other way, and my skin comes way off my body. There's 9 things total. Also, when you're standing up, you can completely put your hands flat on the ground without bending your knees. Um,
Oh,
some of the things I used to think was cute when I was younger is not
yeah, you
now.
should join the circus.
Yeah, well, I used to be able to put both legs over my head. I can't even get close to that now. And then I used to be a break dancer when I was younger. I know that's probably surprising to a lot of people, but I used to be into break dancing, and especially because I'm so lanky, I used to do a
Mhm.
lot of that stuff. But there's 2 things I could never do, and then I later figured out, because I didn't know I had Ehlers-Danlos until I was 35. So all my life, the doctors were always saying, "Oh, you got growing pains," and I'm like, This is a long time growing pains." And
Mhm.
the crazy thing is, yes, I'm the Elastic Man, but I used to, you know what a windmill is, in
Mhm.
breakdancing, when they spin over your
Yeah,
shoulder
and they
and you
do
just
the
keep
the
going
2
around.
legs, yeah.
Yeah, I tried like crazy to do that, and it aggravated me so much. But because of my wrist, they're very weak, and I can't hold the weight of myself. I could never figure that one out. And I used to do head spins a couple of times, but then I'm kind of glad I didn't do those things, because it would have probably destroyed my neck even more. But I did do a thing where you put your or your elbow in your stomach, and then you spin yourself on the ground in circles. And then
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
used to do the crab thing, and I would crisscross applesauce my legs, and then I would go like that. And I loved doing that stuff, but now I'm in so much pain. I couldn't do any of those things if I tried. But I see all these people online nowadays, and I'm like, damn this. And then there's one dude on America's Got Talent who was bending all these weird ways, and I'm like, yeah, wait till you get older. Those Your joints are going to be killing you. And that's one reason I had to give up doing sketch cards, is I get severe pains in my hands. Um,
Yeah.
I I have to put arthritis medication and numbing stuff to use my hands at all. Um, but anyways, back to what you were talking about. See, this is another great thing I have is ADHD, and the train is hard to keep where it belongs on the track.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
found an
yeah,
old picture of you as John Cusack.
yes. Oh, yes, that was when that's when one of the times we first met. Actually, I think that was the very first time.
Yeah, it was,
And the funny thing
2020.
is, at least 4 times I went to Disney World, I was asked, "Are you John
John
Cusack?" And
Cusack.
I'm like, "No."
No.
And then I had gotten the round glasses like Harry Potter, and we were checking in somewhere, and the lady's like, "You look like," and I'm like, "Don't even." And I'm like, just like, "Look like Harry Potter." I got rid of those glasses, but not the way I wanted to. We went to the beach, and I was out, and I was facing inward, and a wave came, and huge wave knocked me over, and I
Mm.
lost my glasses.
Oh, no.
And so I could barely see, and my wife had to drive the majority of the way, and I drove some other because we've almost always driven there, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We did do it one other time, not recently, but within the last 5 years. But it's just that's a hell of a drive. But yes, I was asked numerous times. Your Lord was said, "You look like John Cusack," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I wish I made John Cusack's money, but I definitely don't now." But
Yeah, this was at Hollywood Studios,
yes, yep. I
and
remember that. Like I can remember that like it was yesterday
if you see
because
behind us, that's where the entrance to Galaxy's Edge is
yeah,
now.
yeah,
That's that same area.
yeah, yep. And that's right where they took the arch off. They got
Yeah.
knocked that whole thing down on when you walk into that area. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed about the
Muppets.
Muppets. Yes. I mean I wasn't like in love with it, but it was nice to go sit and chill for like 20 for like 20 minutes or whatever it was just to relax and get out of the heat. And it was entertaining. Or as I get older, you definitely appreciate things a lot more as you get older, as I always tell my kids. But I'm like a lot of times you won't appreciate. That's like Ryan, who is my oldest. He doesn't live here anymore. He was a big boy, moved out.
Mm.
um he's doing great, but as he got older and he tried to book his own trip there, he's like, holy hell, this is really expensive. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's why we went in debt for taking you guys so many times. They were so
Yeah.
spoiled. um but unfortunately I can't do the roller coaster stuff, and that's what makes me mad. About I'm worried about this. I like Monsters Inc., but I have a feeling from what I've seen it's going to be a roller coaster type thing. And
Yeah.
if it's too like the first when Guardians of the Galaxy, April's like, I gotta go on this. And that was the time we were down there without kids. And we get on and I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. And as you go forward, and then as soon as they pull you backwards and it gets dark, I started getting really nauseous and I didn't have any medication with me at the time. And I'm going around, and this is another bizarre thing, and not to gross anyone out. I've never thrown up in my life except for when I was little. I've never done it. And everyone gets sick here, throws up. I feel horrible for them, but I've never done it. And so we're going, the ride's going, and I'm like, oh my God, because it's so fast that my eyes can't
Yeah.
catch.
Just
And then
yeah.
so they're loading so much, and my head is getting so messed up. And I closed my eyes about halfway through, and when I finally saw that last thing with the screen with the people at that, I'm like, "Oh my god, thank God this is over with." And I'm like, and we get off, and April's like, "That was the best ride ever." And I'm like, "I'm gonna die." My face was like bright white,
Mm.
and I had to go off to the side. And luckily, we had done everything the whole entire day, so this was at the end of the day. And I'm like, I can't. I got to go back to the house because what instead of renting or for the ridiculous hotel prices, we always do a Airbnb.
Yeah, like a Verbo or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, and
That was a
I
nice
love it.
house you guys
You
are
get
in.
a we usually get big giant house with all these rooms, and it's got a pool usually. And I'm like, why spend way more on like yeah, you get in early sometimes, but who gives a crap? But anyways,
And
that's
it's
where I
only
met
half
you.
an hour early. You're only there for a
Yeah.
half an hour
Yeah, they
early.
change they screw you over on everything now. That's where I met you. The one time when you brought me that statue, which
Yeah.
is it's literally right next to me. Um, that that's what one of the places that we rented. So that's usually what we do. Um, and it's really nice. I mean, I like to be eventually. The only one main thing I'm worried about, and I always hear people bitching about, is and it also depends on where you are. I will miss the no
Have a good
neighbor.
one.
I have,
Someone was saying bye.
huh?
Somebody was saying bye.
Oh, bye. Sorry, I
Mm.
can. Yes, Jordan, that's what I was. Have a great weekend. Oh, bye, Mario. Sorry I didn't see you on there real quick. Um, but yeah, but yes, I got horribly sick on that ride. And then as we're driving home in the car, I just out the window and I'm like, and I'm like, oh, this is horrible. No wonder people hate being sick.
Yeah.
And
That ride is my wife's favorite ride, so if we ever go to Disney, we can go hang out at the restaurant across the way, and those 2 can go ride it.
Yeah, yeah, my wife loves that ride. Every time we go there, she's like, "I gotta go on that ride," and I just wait outside for because she did it. I think she went one other time that we went. She did go on her by herself or whatever, and she has to do that with all the roller coasters. Like that was the unfortunate thing when we did the Universal thing. That was great for not having, we were able to have all that food and stuff, but I didn't get to go all the places I wanted before I got really sick. Going
Yeah.
on the I didn't throw up at the other one. I just got really, really ill, and after I eventually got home, I now have a nausea medication they give to cancer patients because
Mm.
mine gets so bad. So that I have that. You put it under your tongue and it dissolves. It's supposed to be like strawberry or something. Um, but yeah, I do miss it a lot. I'm kind of looking. I was mad about the dinosaur being.
Yeah, I didn't get to go on that again.
Yeah, I really liked that ride. I mean, it is a little bit rough, and
It's very
it's
rough.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure they're probably going to clean that up when they do their Indiana Jones. But I liked the dinosaur thing. I'm not really excited at all about this new area. I know some people are, but I'm not. I don't like.
Animal Kingdom? Yeah,
Yeah, I Animal Kingdom is my least favorite park. I know some people like it a lot, but
yeah.
unfortunately, I can't get on a lot of the stuff there. So I can't do Everest. Um, I
Cassie, my wife, she loves that ride. She'll go on the single riders line 4 times in a row.
Yeah, April and Jordan love roller coasters. I can't. So yeah, my favorite park would probably I would used to say Magic Kingdom, but now it's like Epcot as I've gotten older. I really enjoy walking in the country area and just even if they're unfortunately we've never been there, oddly enough, as an artist. I've never been there at the Festival of Arts. The thing that made me very mad was um
I thought you were there during because remember they used to have it at Disney Springs and you drew at the Art of Disney at one point, I thought.
No, well, this is the thing. I was when they had it at Downtown Disney, which I'm going to call it Disney Springs.
That's fine.
Um, they had it open to the public at the time. You could submit stuff. So I was submitting, and then they canceled it, and they're like, "We're going to do it at the parks now."
Yeah, because the
So
minimum.
so I missed, yeah, some more money. So I missed out on getting into that, and I have an issue. Unfortunately, I think maybe if I'm down there, I probably could to get my way in. But my issue is there is the person who is in charge of the Disney prints and art is an outside company. I'm not even going to mention them, but someone else screwed it up for me and got me in trouble. And then these people are like, "Well, we don't want you here." So let Santa speak. I will let Santa speak. I talk a lot, I know. Um, but yeah, I watch all the time and people are always but the prices are insane. And I know why, because I've worked for Disney outside of Disney, and they take a huge percentage of what you make.
Mm.
I think you only get 10%. So out of your art, you ain't getting paid crap. And now I'll never get in there. But
Yeah.
but I'm honest. I'm always honest. That's just the way I am. But I mean, I would love to be in it, but it's not. It's not going to change my life any. It's not like you're getting boatloads of money. Um,
But yeah,
I
they give you a place to stay while you're there, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I know at least in regards to Star Wars Celebration, which is I know a different thing now. But for that, you had to pay everything yourself. Lucasfilms didn't pay for anything.
Mm.
You had to pay for your own booth. You had to pay for your I don't I think you were in free, but you had to pay for your booth or something. You had to pay for your own prints, and then you had to put prints aside for Lucasfilms to have. So you had to give them those. Then you had to and then if you remember the first time that, we were there at the same time you were, they had no idea how to run that show at all. They had one cash register and we were in a
Oh,
square,
yeah.
and the line went around the whole entire square, so no one could see your booth. So it was almost impossible to sell anything
I
because
think
no
that
one
was
could see you.
2012, right?
2010.
Oh,
Yep.
the first year?
The first year I did it, yes,
Yeah.
2010. Yep. I know
Well,
for certain. I
that
know
was
for
the first
certain.
year I was in Orlando, Star Wars Celebration.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Because every other time it was in California, I'm like, I can't go. I can't go. And then I'm like, what? Orlando? And I'm like, I'm going. So that's the one I was talking last night about. I drove all the way down there.
Mm.
Um, and then we actually got to ride on the last version of the Star Wars. Hi. I'm sorry.
DS
D Stein. D Stein?
D Stein.
We want Santa to tell us Jordan has been naughty or Dad, I'll tell you, Santa. Jordan is there goes the answer through the door. Jordan knows she's naughty. Santa still loves you. Yes. By
Yeah,
the way, all of you who have no idea what's going on, I've been friends with Aaron a very long time, and when I went to Disney World one time, Jordan was not
a
even maybe a
baby.
year, not even a year old.
Yeah.
And
Just a
I
little
handed
baby.
Yes, little baby, and Steve Sansweet was there, and it was when they did Star Wars weekends,
Yeah.
which I missed. That's ridiculous. They and for all of you who don't know or haven't been around, they used to my real dad. Yes, that's what I told Jordan a few times just to mess with her. I'd be like, "See this photo? This guy holding you? That's your real dad." Just when she would
Yeah.
get me mad, and I'm like, "That's your real dad." Because they used to on Star Wars weekends, they would have celebrities come out, and
Mhm.
then they would do autograph signings, and I have a
It
bunch
was
of
all part of
photos.
your ticket to go to the park.
Yes, it was, yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't have to pay extra or anything, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, some of the photos I look back of me and Ryan, we were sweating like mad. We were waiting for Ray Park, and it's funny after I used to rush and try to get to celebrities all the time, but then as I became a more well-known Star Wars artist, I didn't have to anymore. I literally could just get in touch with them, and then they would sign
Yeah.
things for me. I wish I had gotten more like um James Earl Jones. He used to sign stuff for me, and for free. I never had to pay anything. And
Yeah, I
then
did a couple through the mails for James Earl Jones, like send it to his address or whatever. That
yeah,
was on a file, but yeah, I got a couple.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's not on anything I really wanted it to be on. Like it was my crappy art. My art's definitely changed a lot over the years. Um, but yeah, I do miss the Star Wars weekends. It's unfortunate. Like so many people I meet online and become friends with, there no one lives near me. Um, like Jay's Mix, he's in Canada.
Mm.
Um, Jordan gets Christmas every year. Yeah, that Jordan gets Christmas every day. Jordan's a spoiled little brat, but I love you. Um, but yeah, I have other friends that I've met who are in Florida or a lot of new people I've met in different countries. I know some of them we're going to try to stop by today, but I have a lot of because some of I occasionally put ads out and you can choose the country. And that's one thing
This is my
I
best.
what is that?
It's James Earl Jones. It's
Oh,
backwards.
okay, now I see it.
Yeah.
On my screen there's a thing in the way. I guess I
Yeah.
should look. I'll look over here. I can see it. Okay, now I can see it.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, oh,
yeah, Star
what I
Wars
did,
Weekends was the best. I
yes, it
wish they wouldn't have
was.
got rid of that.
That was our even though
But
my
the thing
wife,
is, if they have it now, they're just going to make it a separate ticketed event,
yeah. Yeah,
like they do everything else.
I guess that's kind of what they think Star Wars Celebration is now. That's their thing. But I've never like D23. I've always wanted to go. Never have been.
Yeah.
But it's over. Like there's way too many people there. I don't like huge crowds. Um, and that's gonna be one of my adjustments going to Florida. Is here it's we live in a small, I mean, not small town. I think there's 22,000 people or something like that, but it's getting a lot more people. They even have to build a new school. And, but I like it because, and Jordan does as well. Um, we have no one behind us at all. But unfortunately, our land goes
Oh,
so
yeah.
it goes straight down, and then there's a creek, but you can see the deer walking around all the time. There's turkeys, um, and of course possums and everything else, skunks. But unfortunately, next door we have someone very close because the people who used to own this sold it to a friend or something, but she's gone, and now they have riffraff half the time. Used to be going in there, rent it out, and then we have a neighbor across on the other side. But I've only talked to him twice in the 20 some years we've been
Wow.
here. And the guy who used to live across the street from us, he was a general for Ronald Reagan or something. But he retired, and then they moved away, and now some other people are there. But just as I get older, I miss going, and I don't have like this sounds pitiful, but I don't have like friends here at all. Like
Mm.
I never leave the house, especially now because of my head and my random memory loss. And I'll come out and be like, where did I park? What am I doing? So I must always go with April everywhere. I'm almost never by myself. She's my bodyguard. And but yeah, so I do miss, like I always say to Jordan, at the end of the day, you have a crappy day and be like, hey, let's just go to Disney World and walk around or whatever. It's not like, because every time we've gone, we feel like we've had to rush and do
Mhm.
whatever. I want to be able to go and enjoy, the buildings. I like to see the architecture, the hidden things that people don't notice. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I even did that in my own art. I used to do it on my Star Wars art. I would
Mm.
hide, like when I did the splatter stuff, I would hide the Mickey faces on it.
Oh, nice.
Um, but I have an issue I have to take care of. My last set was for tops is Star
The
Wars
match
Masterwork.
Yeah, Master.
Yes, and that's very sought after. It's one of the most famous and popular things. And as I think I told you yesterday, I don't like words on the sketch cards, and they they sent it to me this crossed out because they don't want me to use it. But this is normally how they come to me, and I hate this. It takes away from, you have to
The
make
whole
your art.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't like it on there. Excuse me. So I did 50 sketch cards and I painted over all of it, and then Lucasfilms or Disney, excuse me, canceled. They rejected every single one of my sketch cards. So they want Tops wants me to attempt to put that on the bottom of all my sketches. So the only thing I can think of is I have a black laser printer. I'm gonna try to print decals and put them on there, because that's a lot of money lost if they
Yeah.
reject all those, and that's definitely my it. I mean, it was anyways, but if I'm um, I get. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I show these because it's going to be. But like, yeah, this is normally I take up the entire thing because otherwise you're smushing it up the top. I don't even know. I saw this online and I'm like, I hope that's an actual helmet from a show. I think it's the newer stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I used to be huge into stuff. Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, I use I haven't done stippling in, geez, it's been a long time. Because my problem was people didn't want to put the money into it. They don't realize how long that took, it takes to do that stuff. And they're like, it's just black and white. I'm not going to pay that kind of money. Well, I'm like, well, guess I got to switch to color. And that's the unfortunate thing for everyone for sketch cards, because when we started out, I started in 2006. Sketch cards had been around longer than that.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I used to do sketch cards when I was younger in the 1980s for myself, but they start off as pencil sketches, really simple stuff. And then someone decided to add some color to theirs, and then everyone started doing them. And then the company said, we want only color. So you have to do color sketches all
Wow.
the time. And they expect masterpieces. Um, but yeah, so now I'm gonna, this week coming up, figure out how I'm gonna put 50 logos on the bottom of these. And unfortunately, some of them are pretty low. So it's gonna go over the artwork. where even that one I just showed you, it's pretty close to the bottom, so that's definitely going to cover that up. Um, but it's that or no money. So,
You
but
could try to do like a see-through, that
that's it's going to be see
yeah.
through.
Mm.
I bought. I've never tried printing on labels before to make my own, but I'm gonna try. I actually they arrive tomorrow, so I'll try. Um, since I just have a laser printer, I'm gonna try printing the logo. I scanned it at 600 DPI, and I'm gonna try to shrink it, and hopefully it looks okay. I'll try one. They told me to try one, send it to them first, and then see what Lucasfilm says. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm not. I just can't. They ask. There's way too many rules now. I mean, the
Yeah.
things that we're no longer allowed to ever paint Slave Leia anymore. Before it used to be you had to do here up, but now not at all. Just because of the slave theme to it, we're not allowed to whatsoever. Do you remember when the Star Wars figures, the Princess Leia, it said Slave Leia, and some woman complained about it?
It was a guy with
Oh,
2
it's a
kids.
guy.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
guy with 2 young kids, I would say about 6, 7 years old. They went to Walmart or something, they had an action figure, the Slave Leia,
Hmm.
and the girl was like, "What's this?" And the guy, which was probably 35, 40 years old, was like, "Yeah, I don't know. What's this?" I'm like, "Come on. You haven't seen Star Wars? Give me a break."
Yeah. So, anyways, the figure I have both versions. They have the Princess Minnie Mouse as Slave Leia.
Mm,
They took it off the shelves, they redid it, and it just says Minnie as Princess Leia, I think, something like
yeah.
that. I still have them in the basement. I still have an entire room. I'm keeping all that stuff. I'm gonna keep the any Disney related stuff. I'll keep that stuff. Um,
Hello.
Hello. Oh, that's my wife there.
What,
Oh my God, it's
Disney cat lover?
that's April. That's my honey buns. Yes, she is. She's being
You still
funny.
doing those marathons? No?
No, she had a lot of issues. I mean, I can let her speak for herself if she wants.
Last
She
one she
would,
did was in Colorado, right?
no,
Because I was afraid you guys are gonna move to Colorado.
yeah, no, um,
Oh,
yes, COVID
COVID crap.
happened for both of us. Mostly
Mm,
her just destroyed her lungs because we got really sick. We were in
mm.
bed for weeks, and that's supposed
Oh,
to say
right. That's
dopey.
right, yeah, dopey. Dope.
But we did do a not marathon, not me, but she did when we went to the Cove, Disney Cove, the island.
Mhm.
There's a thing you can do there. She did that one, which was a walk around, and then she has done some other ones. You know what she did? She got the Disney ones when they allowed you to do them at home.
Mhm.
So now what she does is ones that she won't give them to herself if she didn't earn them, which
Right.
so what she'll do is do them either at the gym or whatever, go
Yeah,
that
yeah.
distance, or do them here when it's nice out. And then I put them on her, I give them to her and put her on her head and say congratulations. Would you stop putting stuff underneath my door? There is like 20. Hey Santa, are you the one giving me these? Hold on. There's about 20 of these stuck underneath my door.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm slipping them through your door. I'm
And
actually
some
behind your door.
and some
Hey!
and some arrows and I'm not sure flooring. I don't know what she's doing.
Ooh, Richard's
These are hell to get open.
yeah,
Um
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, well, I've always I love the metal. Some of the new ones are really nice, but they stopped doing I think the virtual ones if I remember correctly. So now all the ones and they sell out so fast and they're very expensive.
Mm,
But yeah, I have the one we did one as a family when we all went the last time we all went as a family to Disney. We did
mhm.
did the 5K, but I
Yeah,
walked it. I can't run,
yeah.
so I walked it, but then I dislocated my toe during it, which happened to me last
No.
time. It's because of my connective crap. And I
Yeah.
dislocated and it burned so bad and I had to walk the less remaining. But when she did the last one, we tried to get onto the highway, but the police wouldn't let us because they would let them go down. But it was so hot that they cut it short. And
Mm.
then when she was coming through, I started crying. I thought she looked like she was gonna die. And then I'm just like bawling my head off, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad. But funny enough, Jordan doesn't remember this, but you go through the parks and they're
Yeah.
closed. So we were at Epcot and it started pouring rain and we were waiting for her. It was at night. And then so Jordan was in a stroller at the time. So we went inside Spaceship Earth and we just rode it like numerous times just to stay warm and get warm again because it was freezing outside.
Yeah.
But I know she misses those things. But yeah, I do miss. We both agree, kind of. I think that we both love Epcot. I actually really like Spaceship Earth. I know she just likes it for the just getting away and relaxing and
Yeah.
going to sleep. But I enjoyed. I like Judy Dench's voice for some reason. And I actually mailed. I was going to do artwork of the tiles of the ball, and then I sent the thing to Judy Dench asking if she'd sign it for me, and I didn't think I'd get anything back. And she sent it to me, so I have her autograph
Woo.
to put in it.
Well, I
And,
do too.
yeah, and then oh, I got these since I do trading cards a lot now. They had a Zootopia blank card that you would take to the parks to get signed by the character. But I'm
Yeah.
like, how about I send it to the actual actor? So
Yeah.
I looked the voice up for Judy Hopps and I marked it on my calendar. I sent it out to her with a return address thing. I haven't gotten it yet. Yeah, like that's pretty. I have to look
Judy
up.
Dench.
Yeah, I mine's not on artwork because I my luck I'll send something because it's happened to me before. Like I did this really nice painting of Aaron Judge, who's a Yankees player.
Yeah.
Mailed it to him, never got it back. It's
Oh,
someone in
jeez.
the organization has a nice painting of him. So I try to avoid doing that. And so this card I sent, like I said, I sent to get signed by the voice of Judy Hopps, and then I also sent it out to the voice for uh, Nick Wilde. And so I'm not sure if I'll get either one of those back. It usually takes a while because I originally sent one for the lady who I used to kind of have a crush on her. Was the Elsa, not Elsa, but Anna. Is it Anna?
Kristen Bell.
Yes, Kristen Bell. I did a painting of her. It's somewhere around here actually. I gave it to April as a gift because she liked her too. And
Mm.
so I sent the painting to her rolled up, and I didn't know that I was ever going to get it back. I would check online ever so often, and then I forgot about it. And then I went and looked in my mailbox, and there's the mailing tube, and I'm like, oh, I got it back. And she signed it in pretty big letters. And so I have that. I've done that numerous times and had pretty good luck.
Jordan says turn around.
Huh? Oh,
Jordan.
oh, bite me. You don't need me for anything. Tell me to wrap it up. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Am I boring you yet? I don't know. Um, but yeah, I want to. I definitely want to, move down to Florida. I will have to, even though I don't drive or anything. I know that April is going to have to try to find something. Since I don't work, it doesn't matter to me. But she'll have to see either if she can still work at the same company from Florida because she's
Yeah.
remote anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm
What
not
company?
sure.
Maybe I can become remote.
Huh?
What company? I want to be.
Oh, it's I'm not I don't know that I should say the exact thing, but it's an insurance company
Oh, okay.
and it's nationwide, but I just literally said that's not what I meant.
No, it's. I get it.
um
It's nationwide, but it's not nationwide.
yeah, wink wink. Um but yeah, she's high up on that, but some of her other employees actually they one of them moved from Pennsylvania to Florida and we're jealous because she's down there now. um Nationwide is on your side, but are they actually? Yeah, we are. We switched. It's funny because their insurance used to be really high, but I guess they're competitive now with other people.
Mm.
So they're I'll just say they're a good insurance company. I don't know much about it. um but yeah, I miss Disney a lot. The last time, it's been 2 or 3 years now, I think, since we last went. But I like walking around Epcot, and it's funny because when Ryan was younger, I made my own shirts for the kids,
Mm.
and we go to Germany, where the Germany area was, and we're like kind of flirting with these ladies. It kind of reminds me of that scene where Clark Griswold is at the
The European?
department store and he's talking to
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
lady.
yeah.
Is it's like, my name's Mary. No shit. And then that scene reminds me because then the kid walks up. On this case, me and Ryan were kind of just flirting with these ladies, and April walks up next to us and she's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh, hi." And then we just left. We were it's and I do like, at least they used to,
Mm.
the people would have the actual accent like they were from that area.
Yeah, they
Now I
still
think,
do.
do they? All right.
Yeah.
So, but
As far as I know, they everybody's from that Japan or Germany
okay,
or yeah. Yeah, I'll be going there February 26th is my birthday,
nice.
and I'm gonna go eat at Germany Beer
Okay.
Garden. I'm gonna rent one of those wheelchair scooters from them because I have a bum knee, but we won't get
Okay.
into that. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I've been tempted numerous times to get a scooter, um because especially when I, like I told you, in 2010 I was losing the ability to walk because um my vertebrae were pinching the nerve and just totally shutting my right leg off, and so I had to have that laminectomy. But that was originally my main issue, but I had the heart attack, so I had to switch. So I had to do the heart surgery first, and then the following year, I did the laminectomy, which I had. They cut the back of two vertebrae off,
Mm,
so the nerves.
thank you.
But then the problem with that is cold air. Happy
Thank
birthday!
you.
So the cold air
I'm gonna
hitting
be
my
21.
back. You'll be 21. Yeah, yeah, me too. My birthday is not till July. Um, I will sadly be 56,
Well,
which blows my.
I'll be 53.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, it blows my mind that, like, in my head, I'm still, well, except for the part I'm losing my mind, I'm still a young kid, as you can see from everything I have. All my stuff, I still act like a kid because I didn't have much of a childhood when I was younger.
Mm.
It's a long story, and I don't know if it's something I'll ever talk about online, but I just didn't, and my mom tried to get us what we could. It's funny. I was looking back at old photographs, and it's me smiling, and I have like Princess Leia figure. I remember my mom buying when they used to be like $1 or something,
Yeah.
and I remember having the big 12-inch Luke with the knees that bend, and I used to like bend them all the time, and just the regular figures. But I usually go to Walmart only once in a while. I go in. I usually don't, just because I don't like the riffraff. And it's gonna be more fun when you move to Florida, around that lower Orlando area. The only thing I
Mhm.
do, like, I always go to Target, and that's where I buy my Disney shirts because they usually have the better quality ones and the better designs. They've had a Phasma one there for years that I actually, mine got wrecked and I went and bought a new one, and it's in the
Mhm.
closet and I won't wear it. It's a brand new one. I have so many Disney shirts in my closet that I've never worn. Um, just because I know it's going to get wrecked, and then I'm like, well, what I'll do is, for videos like my SpongeBob ones, I'll take my shirt off for a minute, put that shirt on, do the video, then take the shirt
Take
off,
it
and
off,
then hang it
yeah.
back up again. Um, and then it pissed me off. I got a brand new sweatshirt. I just changed it today because I got paint on it. But I wore it again. I was going to say something to him. When they clean your tooth out for a root canal, apparently they spray bleach into your tooth to clean it out, and it must have sprayed off the side and didn't get covered by the little napkin they put on you, and it stained, had bleach spots on my
Oh,
sleeve.
wow.
And April had just bought me that
Oh,
sweatshirt,
geez.
so I should have said, "Dude, you owe me a new shirt."
I
And
speaking of bleach and shirts, I saw an artist, a video
hi,
of this
Kevin.
lady making designs out of bleach. Like, she would bleach the
Oh,
shirt,
okay,
and it
yeah,
would
I've
be
seen
like a
those.
whole art thing. It would look really good.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, I've almost always missed the farts, as we call it, the festival arts. But obviously, when I move there, I'll go. But um, every time I go to, I love going to the gallery, but I always just look at stuff, and my wife always says, I'm not going to buy this because I can basically paint anything I see. I don't usually, I never
What
copy people's art, but occasionally I do get asked to do something close, and I'll be like, well, I'm not doing exactly because that's not
yeah.
cool. I hate when people do that.
I still wish they would put your stuff in the art gallery, Disney art.
Yeah, my Star Wars stuff did go to Disneyland in
In
China. Not that,
China? I thought it
yes.
was Paris. Didn't you do something in Paris?
Yes, there was stuff in Paris also. That was there for a short time until the lady who I had a contact with left or something. So then
Mm.
I lost that opportunity. But yes, my original painting was the bloody helmet one that I don't know if I sent you that ever a print. I know I intended to at one
Yeah, I
point.
have a BB-8, and I think yeah, I have 2 of yours, but I can't remember which one.
It might be those two. They bought the original for the bloody helmet one, and the sad but kind of goofy thing is, um, the Acme Archives, who I used to work for, that does the Star Wars stuff, they lost 15 to 20 of my paintings. Supposedly lost them. So I had to go and value everything and let them know, and then they had to pay me that all off because they
Wow.
lost my art supposedly. Um, but yeah, I would like to, do this stuff at the shows. But like I said, I'd just be happy to be able to go there. And like I said, April and I, like if have a rough day or just want to go walk around the countries, I enjoy that a lot.
Oh, love you too. Bye.
Bye, April. I'll be out in a little bit. I don't want to bore everybody. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know about your schedule, but we can keep doing these if talk. I'll let you talk more next time, but I talk a lot. I have a lot of stuff in my head, and that's the thing. I'm always here by myself all the time, all day long. I don't see anybody else. I never go anywhere. And that's probably why April loves me so much. I'm not one of those people like I'm going out to the bar with my guys or doing whatever. I don't drink. I don't go to bars. I don't do that stuff. I don't do sports. The only
Wait
sports
till you
I
get
watch.
to Orlando. We're going to the bar,
Uh,
the Disney bar.
oh, Disney bar. Yes, could I have a Mickey bar instead of a
Yeah.
drink? um, that's one thing I want to do is the after hours thing where you get to eat all the Mickey bars you want. That was one of my
Yeah.
favorite things. When we did I still need to put this video up, but I had problems with it on my phone because the files were too large. We went on the Disney Wish,
Mm.
and I absolutely loved it. It's funny because at first we're like, I don't like cruises, and we're like, hey, let's do the cruise. And then so we're on it, and I'm like, I'm really kind of digging this. I think it was a
Yeah.
4 day one, and I'm like, oh my god, all the food, and I must have had at least 20 some ice cream cones, and then for the meat.
Swirls.
For the meals, that I wasn't really impressed. They always give you these tiny little things, and I'm like, "You think that's gonna fill me?" So, what I would do is I would sometimes order off the kids' meal because the kids' menu was better than what I thought sometimes than the adult. So I would order from that, and then um, they had ice cream bars was the dessert. So one time, excuse me, I asked for 4 Mickey bars, and they brought them all out, and it was when we were in, the, oh
Like
my
the
god,
artist palette or whatever. The
not
one of
that
the
one, the Marvel one,
yeah.
where Spider-Man walks around and stuff. Well, they do this whole skit, and Spider-Man comes over to my table, he stops, he just looks down for a while, and then he looks back at me, he looks down, he looks up, and then he just leaves, and in the video, I put a caption, like, all these question marks, probably wondering, "What is this dude doing eating all these?" And I ate all of them. And
Mm.
I probably had probably at least 15 or 20 of them.
Oh wow.
Um, but I love those. Unfortunately, the ones that you get in the store are not the same type of chocolate or whatever, and
They
they're
still
also
taste
they're
good. I love those things.
yeah, they are good. They're smaller also, I know.
Yeah.
But I think they raised the prices. And the other thing that made me mad about Disney was there used to be cookies that they would sell. This is before Gideon's. It was called Selma's. And Selma's had the giant cookies. They were really
Mhm.
big, just like the ones that you would get at Gideon's. And they all of a sudden stopped selling them. And I'm like, what the hell? So I even went on the website and purchased them a couple different times. Well, then one time I tried to go on and it was shut down. And so I messaged them. I'm like, are you going to continue with the cookies? So they're like, we bought out Selma's. And
Mm.
then so I go to that new website, horrible cookies. They're little tiny cookies and nothing. They never returned making those cookies again.
Mhm.
And I don't understand why. But I love Gideon's. But what we do is we don't go to downtown. We go to the Orlando location because you can order as many as you want there. So what we would do is, um, well, the one time I think we spent $275 on
Woo.
cookies, and we bought the full cake, the rainbow one. That one is
Mhm.
so good. There's so much icing on that though, but it is incredible. But yeah, that's my own thing. Is I'm gonna probably put on a. I'll be walking around in the parks a lot because I love Gideon's cookies. They're so good. You microwave them for like 15 seconds, and they're like fresh out of a bakery.
You cut them in quarters, and 1/4 is like a whole cookie.
Yeah, yeah, and then we even tried. April got some, but the only things that were left because I eat all the other ones. It was the cookies and cream, and she froze them. But when they were unfrozen, I didn't like them. They were crap. So they didn't last long. I literally probably ate one every single day. They were so good. I know she gave some away as gifts and stuff. But
Jordan wants to know if he could vacuum.
yes, Jordan, you may vacuum. I don't think I'm going to hear it down here. Unfortunately, our house is old. It was built in '72, so the flooring, and especially since I put new flooring in, it's not carpet anymore, so you can hear like everything.
Yeah, and when
Um,
he's done, when she's done there, she can come down here and vacuum.
yeah, I have not. I'm a slob, I guess. I have not vacuumed this room in a long time. It I'm constantly doing stuff in here, and I have one last shipment that I think I'm gonna just stop on. Is I can't keep buying all the stuff I'm buying because I want to move, and I'm starting to try to sell some of the other stuff I have with the bigger things. I prefer um, like these. I have a friend that I may sell the bigger ones to, um, but I'm keeping the small ones. I have a bunch of stuff that I have ordered. Disney stuff. There's another Disney set. The thing that kind of makes me mad, Pop Mart. Have you heard of it before?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, Pop Mart, even Disney is getting in on it. If you'll notice, there's mystery figures now at Disney. Well,
Mm.
Pop Mart is one of the main brands. They are in China. Unfortunately, they've expanded into the United States, so now they have U.S. stores. I know they have some in New York, and I think they're putting them other places. The thing is, their pricing is different in the United States than it is in China. It's a lot sometimes by $100.
Oh wow.
So I have to figure in shipping, but I have several friends in China. I do a lot of business there. One of my last posts blew up. It was like 30,000 people saw it. I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
Jesus. Where on Instagram I get like 10. Ever since my account got hacked, and someone created somehow another Instagram with my email address, and then it was somehow linked to my Facebook. So I lost my Facebook, and that really made me mad because that had been 20 years probably of people that I've talked to, I was doing business with. And as soon as they get rid of that app, you lose everything in the messaging also. So
Mm.
I had no way to contact anybody. So, and I couldn't appeal because the address being used was not mine. So
Mm.
whomever they sent that to contest it, it was not me.
Mm.
So I lost my Facebook. I did kind of create another one, but I never use it. And then my Instagram, something happened to it, and then I paid for a short time to be authenticated or whatever. And as soon as I stopped doing that, they cut me off. Like they don't post my stuff to anywhere now. Like if you look back at my old stuff, I'd get a lot of hits. Now I
Mm.
don't as much. Now I've had to so I mostly focus on YouTube now instead of Instagram, even because it's just got crap.
Mm.
But But yeah, I'm really looking forward. Like I said, I don't have anyone to go out with. The only time I go out anywhere was with April. But then I always say I feel bad because one of the YouTubers we watch, his wife actually, not his wife yet. They're engaged. Um, she works at Disney. He used to, and he goes on like cruises by himself to do videos. He goes to the parks by himself or other events. And I'm so attached to April that I don't know that I can do that. I'm sure I might do that at some point, but it's just at this point in life, maybe when I was younger, but now, you never know when your next day is. Just like one of the well known YouTubers just recently died.
Yeah, Adam the Woo.
Yeah, who is friends with some of the other people I watch. I didn't watch Adam that much, but yeah, he was younger than me, so and it's just I'm always worried like, you know, when's the next, am I going to be here tomorrow? So that's why I've changed the way I think about things
Hmm.
and kind of want to move down to Florida cuz we were supposed to do that like 20 years ago. We've owned this house now for 20 years, I think it is. And so I just want to be able to go. It'd be nice to have people to hang out with and stuff.
Yeah,
Because I only got to see you a couple times. Well, I think I did one of the last times when you came over to bring that statue to me, which I
yeah,
still have. Um, Actually, it's up there. It's probably one of the only. I'm gonna try to sell some of my bigger statues. As much as I like them, I'm gonna try to stick to like Mickey or Stitch. Those are my two main things I like at Disney. That's
yeah.
one ride. Did you ever get to ride Alien Encounter? It's not a ride,
Oh, a
but
long time ago.
yeah.
I used to work there when it was Mission to Mars,
Oh yes, yes. That when I
and
was younger.
then it
y-
was Alien Encounter, and then it was Stitch's Great
Yeah.
Escape.
Yep. Yes, I was telling my wife about before what it was before because I remember going and you sat in your seats and you looked at the floor. There was a round circle area, and you looked
Hmm.
down, and it's like you were taking off, and then your seats would kind of like move.
They bounce around.
Yes, and that's about it. And
Mhm.
then they go to switch to Alien Encounter, and I'm like, "Holy crap!" And like, this is not a Disney thing, but
No,
I
you could
really
hear
enjoy.
like crunching sounds, and I'm
Yes,
like,
it
"Good
would
God, yeah."
spray water on your neck and air, and then
Yeah,
it would also move the seat underneath you would jiggle, and I used to love. I actually liked that, but too many people I guess were being scared, and so they then from the alien one, then they switched to Stitch, and then they used to do the chili breath thing, and now it's a break room or something for
yeah. I
cast
think
members,
it's
I
yeah,
guess.
it's a place where you can visit characters. I think.
Yeah, you think they'd put something Stitch back somewhere because it's
Yeah,
one of the most, popular characters they have, and there's really even not even many like. There's only one Mickey ride, technically. That the one that took over another ride I liked.
yeah,
I liked the Great Movie Ride. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do a lot of these things and I'm lucky that my wife loved because she never had been to Disney before and so we decided since I was always been a huge Disney fan, but we went for our honeymoon for 2 weeks. And 2 weeks. Does
two
anyone know what
weeks.
that's from? 2 weeks. And then the head goes,
Oh yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
That's when when you're old and I talk to people about things and they're like, Total Recall, that new one? No, 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 not
No,
that
no,
crap.
no. No.
No, no, the old stuff when Arnold's face was all so weird and his eyes are
That's
bulging out.
is that the second Arnold Schwarzenegger movie they redone? Because the
Um,
first one was Total Recall, and then the second one was Running Man.
yeah, yeah, they did. I just watched the documentary on Netflix about him going through the entire from his muscle years to his. He was a horrible actor in general, though. Listen to him, his early stuff. I mean, he didn't know speak English very well, but it's funny listening how they dubbed him over. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm hoping, I don't we don't have any plans otherwise. Ryan did go last year? Yeah, it would have been last year. He went um down and went for I don't know how long it was, but
I think it was a
he
few days. I remember him saying he was coming down, but
Yeah, I always feel bad because I have an aunt there, so when I go by, she's kind of off on an angle though. When I try to stay on 95 to go that way, she's kind of off. Um, but I started talking to her more than I ever used to because when my mom was dying in Rhode Island, my aunt went and she was by her side the entire time. I could never go see her because unfortunately it was COVID at the time and they weren't letting people in. And by the time they were then letting people in, I caught COVID.
Oh,
So
gee.
then I wasn't allowed to go. So it was horrible. Everything was fine. My mom even talked to me on the phone around Thanksgiving time. She was doing better. And then all of a sudden in December at the end, I get a call from the hospital, I think, or something, and talking to me about my mom. And I'm like, what? I'm like, she was just fine. And then January 2nd, 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, my aunt calls me and she's like, she's not doing well. I wanted to call and have you say it's okay to shut everything off. And I'm like, Jesus, that's a thing to throw on someone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. I said, can I please talk to her first? And so, I mean, she couldn't obviously respond, but they put the phone up to her, and I couldn't. I only said a few things, and I just couldn't anymore. I just like
Yeah.
I had to hand the phone to my wife, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because she's the only parent I've ever had. I never had my
Mhm.
father, so
Yeah.
um, I never knew him. And I think I found him, but then I wasn't gonna press it because I didn't want to mess with other people's families, and So, and then the people wouldn't respond to me anyways. It was on 23andMe, and people would send, you got a new a relative or whatever. I'd go on and be like, I don't know any of these people. Only one person
Yeah.
on there I knew. And
Mm.
from my father's side, I knew that he was from California. And I did find that one of my relatives on my dad's side said that, yes, there is someone in that family with that name, but he passed away, but he has a son. And then I'm like, oh, so I guess I have a brother somewhere, but I don't, I'll never probably ever talk to him. So
Yeah.
I'm always just been an only child. That's why it drives me insane when these to fight the stuff I'm not used to. I'm even my wife has a sister, and I'm like, I'm glad I was the only child because I don't have to deal with that crap. But yeah, I don't want to ramble. I know you probably got other things to do. I mean, I could talk forever, but I'm sure you got other things to
Yeah, I've been
do.
up since 5 a.m., so
Oh, geez.
yeah.
Oh,
I had to go
I
to that place called work.
Oh yeah. I can't unfortunately anymore. I mean, I still I'm on disability because I can't see to do anything. And then half the day I spend I'm in bed anyways. Um I have to it's ridiculous. I have to pad myself when I go to bed every night. I have to put pillows between my legs. I have to put pillows between my arms so that I'm not
Oh,
touching
wow.
my other part of my body. Because if I do, I'll cause bruising and then it's pain. I can't have my
Yeah.
knees touched. They get so every time I go to a hotel or something, I've got to either every time
Accurate,
I go to
okay.
Florida, I have a body pillow, a long one. So I usually if I go to Florida, I'll bring that with me, which is nice to lay on when you're in the car. But I have to like constantly pad myself. I can't walk on my I have nice wood floors and stuff. I can't walk on them at all by my I have to wear really thick socks and slippers all the time because I injure my feet. It's ridiculous. That's why you always see me wearing sweatshirts or sweatpants. That's my fancy pants when I go
Mm.
somewhere. Because clothes hurt me, like just touching me or like jeans or something causes pain in my sides and it's a pain in the ass thing that's why I always tell my kids like enjoy yourself while you're young, do stuff, get out. But no, the old middle-aged one sits and plays video games all day, sleeps all day actually, then gets up at night. I need to kick him out. He's got a freaking job. It's been almost 3 years now, I think. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be around here forever. So, and when I
Mhm.
move, I'm downsizing. So I'm not gonna have I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but
Yeah.
still things have to be done. I have to finish the flooring has to be finished in here, and unfortunately, we found that there was a leak, and now the subflooring will have to be removed. So that's going to be
Yeah.
fun. But I have just this room, the foyer. and the laundry room, and I think then that's it. But how I'm gonna get everything out of this room, I have no clue.
Mm.
It's overwhelming because with my ADHD, and then I get like anxiety, like when I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna put this stuff? And then I usually won't let April help me because she'll want to throw everything away. And I'm like, no. She's like, when are you ever gonna need this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I know. But anyways,
Anyway,
I'll have to talk to Santa off camera, and I appreciate those who are any of who are still here. I got to schedule more. I think I'll be getting more views. I used to do well when I did it on a regular, which I need to do, and then I'll of course let you talk. And that is if your wife doesn't mind me taking your time. So
she giving me thumbs up.
okay,
Yeah,
I haven't talked to you either in a long time. I hope you're doing well. She's a teacher, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and a college professor.
Nice. Yeah. I've been hearing obviously this is nothing for you, but I just in my head, my way my head is I watch crime shows all the time, and I'm astonished by how many women are sleeping with 11 to 14-year-old kids.
I know, that's
Like an
crazy.
excessive amount of them.
And
I'm like,
you would think, they have a head on their shoulders that they wouldn't do that because they know it's wrong, but
yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, when I was that age, I didn't have much going on down there, so I don't know what you're excited about as the woman, but I don't understand it. And I would say to Jordan, "You let me know if anyone does that. We could use the money." No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm just astonished. Like some of these people have just got into the business, or I've had it forever, and are high up at the school and all these awards, and then this happens, and I'm like, this is insane.
yeah.
But it's funny, almost every time I ever see anything because of accident stuff, it's always uh, Morgan and Morgan. I'm sure you're
Yeah.
familiar with that name.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge in Florida, and there's two places that are usually in their ads. It's Florida and Philadelphia, because Philadelphia pays out, and that's why they do a lot of business there. But
Mm.
every time I always hear about some weird people in the trailer or something doing crazy shit in Florida. So,
Florida.
but yeah,
Anyway, this was
I'll
fun.
I'll
Definitely
chat
wanna
with
do it
you, and
again.
yeah, yeah, and I'll let you get rest since you've been up all day. I think I probably get up at there's some person. So, it looks like you're hiding behind a curtain. She's hiding behind your curtain, drinking soda,
Chug, chug, chug.
which is so good for you. I don't drink soda. That's one thing I do not do. But alrighty. Well, again, thank you for everyone who's watching, and hopefully we don't have an issue this time. We had no issue really yet the other day when we signed on, and
Press the
then
button.
hmm,
The middle
it
one.
makes it green. Some of it is like green
There's
screen.
not that one, the middle one that has a blue thing around it.
Read-
I thought I was gonna put a filter on.
it makes me beautiful.
You got any filters in here?
My face is getting sunburned from
No,
that
there's no
light.
filters.
Like I told you the other day, because I was low on vitamin D, my face gets sunburned from my light, which is weird. Actually, it is making me rosy. That filter is that off now? Oh, I'm gonna turn it off. Oh, it's off now.
You look rosy.
Yeah, it just makes
Santa's pretty rosy.
yeah, rosy cheek Santa.
That's the red hat.
Yes.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, I know the names on Instagram, but I am horrible with names. So if anyone's watching and excuse me, can't remember you, it's not me being rude. My brain is a mess, and faces I never forget though. So I'm always constantly seeing someone. And I'm like, I know that person, and I have to look it up on my phone. I'm like, I was right. But that's my only thing I can remember. Horrible with names. Literally, like a minute after someone gives it to me, I'm like, I probably should have paid attention. So, alrighty, well, I'll let you go, and hopefully, with no problems next time.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
get a
Dad.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I gotta find what I did with that photo. I'm sitting here eating candy canes.
Can I give you some?
Yeah.
Where's mine?
Um. Here, you can have that little
Yeah.
piece. There's a bunch on the floor.
There's like 30.
Yeah. I like the. Oh, we have real quick. We have. It's been here ever since we've lived here. We have a Lindt chocolate factory. Well, not the factory. It's a warehouse, but they have a store in it. And we went and stopped there the first time out of all this time we've lived here. and bought a ton of the lint ball ones. Uh, they come in all different flavors. There's probably 30 different flavors. And I think I, around the Christmas time, ate a whole container of 72 of them in a week. That's a little girl. But they're so good. But I don't need to be scratched. You know, we have 8 cats. I don't know where they all are. But, anyways, all right.
All
I'll
right.
catch you next time.
Rambler.
We'll do 7, I guess. If I don't have anything else, I'll have to double check. But I don't think I have any. I do have my root canal again on
Mm.
Friday, which
Well,
someone's
good
gonna have
luck
to
with
take.
that.
Yeah. Um, he told me, like you told me last time, he's like, it'll be like 10 minutes. So I'm there looking at the clock and I'm like, been 20 minutes now. And then they put this big sponge thing in your mouth that you can't close your mouth. And so I'm stuck with my mouth wide open and keep spraying this stuff, spraying this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to get out of here. And I think it was probably close to 45 minutes to almost an hour. Um, and then I finally get out and he's telling me only 5 or 10 minutes next time. And I'm like, uh-huh. So we'll see. I have
Yeah.
a bad feeling that it's going to be other ones also. Because unfortunately the pain patch I put in my mouth, it destroys teeth, but they didn't tell people about that until many years later. Now I'm like, I don't know what else to do. So, but ta-ta, Santa. I
Oh
shall
no.
see you.
See you
Later.
on Christmas.
See you on no, or next week or something. I'll let you know. I'll talk to you.
All right. All
Thank
right.
you everyone for stopping by.
Have a good
Bye.
Christmas.
Bye bye.
Merry Christmas.